I want to smell her skin.
The lesbian drama in this episode is just unparalleled. Eve was knee-deep in dyke drama this episode, and it puts the L word to shame. Hi guys, welcome to a video, and in today's video I'm just going to be reviewing episode 3 of season 4 of Killing Eve. Oh yes, the third episode is upon us. I love this episode. I have never seen such intimate lesbian hand-holding in my entire 3 decades on this earth. As a disclaimer, this review will contain spoilers, so you have been warned. So the episode starts off with Villanelle looking quite dishevelled, and this highlights her interior state. What I loved about this episode in particular is the cinematography really tells the story all on its own. And in the beginning of this episode, you can see that Villanelle and Eve are thinking about each other without them having to say it. Look, what I love about this season already is you can tell so much care and thought has gone into it. It's just really shining through. I also love how Eve has just zero to give. You know, she walks into the hotel, she sees Villanelle, and nothing phases her. But Villanelle is kind of low-key hoping that Eve is gonna slap her again, which I can relate to that. We need to talk about the hotel scene because Eve takes her underwear off in front of Villanelle and the song Strange Effect starts playing. And just like with the cinematography, they are also utilizing the music to convey a message to the audience. And in this scene, it's V has got it bad for Eve. She does. The gay panic it's wild. What's interesting about this episode is you can tell that Eve is blocking Villanelle out emotionally, but all the feelings that she has for Villanelle are still there underneath the surface, and at some point they're probably going to erupt. Sandra Oh is such a fantastic actor, she can pull that off, so it's nothing to her, you know. Next on the agenda is Villanelle in that suit. She looks like a hot dyke taddy. So I don't know that those two words go together, but they do now. Look, therapy isn't cheap. I can't blame Villanelle for holding Martin hostage and making him give her therapy. I can't. What I will say about this episode, as much as I loved it, I did feel like halfway through I was maybe struggling to keep up with the narrative surrounding the 12. And I think this is just because that storyline surrounding the 12 has always been somewhat vague and neglected in previous seasons, so I feel like I'm struggling to play catch up sometimes with what's going on with kind of Constantine and Carolyn and the 12, and maybe it's just me, but I don't think so. Despite the fact that I have trouble grasping what's going on with the 12 and that particular narrative, I'm enjoying the writing and the characters a lot more this season, so that kind of balances out the kind of possibly weak storyline that's going on with the 12. Like I said, Eve is up to her knees in dyke drama this episode, and we are introduced to Fernanda this episode, who I absolutely loved. She's just a breath of fresh air, and I thought she worked really well against Eve, or should I say Nicole. And I thought it was really interesting the way that Eve was talking to Fernanda about her ex-girlfriend Villanelle, but you can see Eve visibly getting heated when she's talking about her. And like I said, it's interesting because she's blocking Villanelle out emotionally, particularly when she's faced with her, but you can see all of these other feelings underneath the surface. Next on the agenda is Helene eating an ice cream, which it was magical. I enjoyed Constantine this episode. He didn't have a lot of screen time, but when he was on screen, I just found myself smiling. He is just so charismatic. It's just, yeah. I thought it was really cute when Villanelle referred to herself as a rainbow. That's I mean, that's gay, but it's cute. This episode might not have seemed overtly romantic, but they've threaded the romance into this episode in a very subtle way, and I adored it, especially when Villanelle was talking to Martin about Eve. And yeah, she wants to smell Eve's skin, which, you know, Eve has great skin. It's very smooth and probably smells great. I hope Sandra Oh never comes to this channel. But the way she was talking to Martin about wanting to see all of the day-to-day mundane things that Eve does, because she would find it fascinating just because it was Eve. I mean, how? That's romantic. It's romantic. Dare I say that this episode had similar vibes to the first season. I don't know if saying that is going too far or giving season 4 too much of a compliment, but honestly, for the first time in a long time, the show provided some of that magic that was present in season 1, and I felt like something in episode 3 kind of tapped into those vibes with that perfect blend of intimacy, danger, and dark humor. My most favourite part of this episode was the scene with Eve and Villanelle sat on the sofa. That is some of the most intimate lesbian hand activity I have ever witnessed in my life. You could just feel the kind of chemistry and energy and danger between Eve and Villanelle when they were sat on that sofa. It was just so insanely intimate. I'm not surprised that Eve had Villanelle arrested. After talking to Helene's ex, she seemed to be feeling quite bitter towards her, and it's possible she has another motivation for keeping Villanelle secure and out of the way, possibly to do with the mission she's on. I know some people in the fandom won't like it, but I like the angst, and I also know they are going to come back together at some point, so the more charged it is between the two of them, the better. Sandra and Jodie just have such a profound chemistry, and I think it might be to do with the fact that they're both water signs. I mean, Sandra Oh is a Cancer and Jodie Comer is a Pisces. So it's not science, it's just magic. Every time that they're in a scene together, every time that they touch, it is just, oh my god. Okay guys, if you've seen episode 3, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments section below. If you're a fan of Killing Eve, you should join the Sapphic Underground Club, and you should join it because we have a place to discuss killing. I don't know why I'm doing this, like everything's behind me and it's not just books and plants and a Xena postcard. Anyway, when you join the Sapphic Underground Club, there is a place to discuss Killing Eve with other lesbians. You can be like, oh my god, did you see the way that Eve took her underwear off and Villanelle, you know, nearly had a gay stroke? And I'll be like, I saw it. Don't forget to subscribe for instant disappointment, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.